We're getting a lot of questions as to why it's important to cleanse in the spring. And from an Ayurvedic perspective, spring is one of the most important times to cleanse. That is because it is a natural cycle in nature to cleanse. You'll see if you look outside that nature is trying to let go of the heaviness of winter. The sap is flowing from the trees, ice is melting, water is flowing, and our bodies want to do the same thing. We accumulate a lot of heaviness, we accumulate a lot of excess in the winter. And that's because what we do in winter, what's natural for our bodies to do is to rest a little more. Maybe we're moving a little less, we're eating a little bit heavier, more grounding, warming foods, and we want to release that. We want to release anything that we accumulated through the winter. And so by taking advantage of the natural cycles in nature, our bodies will release easier in the spring. It's also easier for our bodies to cleanse in the spring because we have an abundance of fresh produce that is very good for cleansing. So berries have a cleansing nature. Asparagus, peas, sprouts, the baby greens that are starting to come up, those are all very cleansing to our body. And it really does help us transition into the next season with less disease, less symptoms of, allergies, of anxiety, of excess weight. So if you skip the cycle and you don't do the natural cleansing, you can go into the next season with an imbalance. And if you continue to do that season after season, that's what leads us to disease. And we did a great post on that to kind of refresh yourself a little bit more about why it's important to follow the doshic cycles. And then the other best time to cleanse would be fall, because we accumulate a lot of heat from the summer. And if we don't release some of that heat before we move into winter, that heat can kind of dry us out. It can cause excess anxiety, digestive disturbances. Again, the same thing will happen. You'll go into an aggravation. You'll have lower immunity in the winter. You'll have more sickness. And so these two times to cleanse, spring and fall, are super important from an Ayurvedic perspective to stay healthy and have a strong immune system and to kind of stay free from disease.